The leading maritime powers of the world all come to Canton. British, Dutch, French, Danish and Swedish merchants all set up shop in this Chinese port.
So this is an incredibly elaborate set of 18 panels of Chinese export wallpaper with many different scenes of daily life in Guangzhou. We see small shops that are selling local fare. We see craftsmen creating things, people at leisure. You can see the bustle of commerce on the river, and indeed there are views of the river where you can virtually not see the water. There are so many of these small sampan boats in which many Chinese were living as well as transporting.
This trade is only good news for China, who levy tax on the goods and silver arriving in Canton.
我们现在身处的这里呢，就是一个税馆内的情景。这两位呢，就是税官，他们在清点扩银，而他们身前的天皮呢，就是用来称量各个国家不同银元的一个重量以及纯度的。而他们身后墙上高挂着这些国旗呢，就是代表着这些国家都与我们中国有贸易往来的关系。白银的一个用天平的过程呢，可以看到其实也是没有太复杂的，因为白银呢是可以融化的嘛，所以呢我们也可以把外国人所使用的一些银元来熔掉，制成我们中国所用的一个白银。
The merchants come to buy silks and ceramics, but in the 1700s, demand grows enormously for a product that only the Chinese produce. One that they've treasured for thousands of years. It's a drink that will change the world.
China had tea. Nowhere else in the world, as it was known at the time, produced tea. Tea takes hold quite rapidly. It's an addictive drug. Attempts to find and export seeds of tea plants covertly generally failed because the Qing Empire refused to allow foreigners to enter the interior of the country. They could only deal with traders at the points of entry.
These tea terraces are in Guizhou, in southwestern China, known locally as the Sea of Tea. Today, tea exports from the area bring in millions of dollars. 250 years ago, the trade is just beginning to take off.
在18世纪的时候，外国人开始喝中国茶。欧洲人喝茶，应该说最显著的就是英国人。英国人是最爱喝茶的，而且英国人最早喝的是，英国人我们今天都知道最爱喝的是红茶。
In the 17th century, it's Catherine of Braganza, wife of Charles II, who makes tea popular in the royal court in London. And where the royals lead, the rest of the nation follows. The more demand grows, the more China benefits, and it's a trade that guarantees return business.
Tea, the caffeine itself, that you and I are addicted to, that caused the return, that resulted in the return of traders from the Western world to China, to Canton, asking for more year after year.
The tea trade becomes one of the largest trades in the world. The holds of merchant ships are packed with tea crates. But it also travels overland to another great empire on China's northern border, Russia.